Hey guys, just got back from seeing the movie Hercules. Um, Going into this movie, I was semi looking forward to it. Keyword semi. Because, one, it was starring The Rock, a guy who I fucking adore, is one of my favorite actors, one of my favorite wrestlers. I know on the marquee it says Dwayne Johnson, but I'm still calling him The Rock no matter what. And he's a guy that I go out of my way to try to support so he can keep doing movies like this. So I've really enjoyed the guy. Um, when I first heard he was playing Hercules, like awesome, I can get behind that. I was like, so who's directing this? Then I saw it was Brett Ratner, and I'm like, fuck. I feel like sitting there like, well, this is kind of a tough one for me. I hate Brett Ratner, but I like The Rock. Because Brett Ratner, in my opinion, is a complete asshole and a douchebag who only got to where he was because his family's had money. He has not made one damn good movie. The closest he's came to making a good movie was Tower Heist, and that had a really stupid fucking ending. Even though that had a stupid fucking ending, how the fuck did they get that car in the pool? Anybody seen that movie? Tell me how the fuck they got that car in that pool. I still will never understand that. I mean, I was willing to accept a lot of the absurdities in that movie. That was one that I couldn't get my head behind, get my head around. They needed to explain that, but they never did. But yeah, I just don't. I've never cared for him as a director. I know I'm not the only one. But again, I was like, well, I'm gonna forego the fact that I don't like Brett Ratner. I'm gonna go see it just because The Rock is in it, and I and the trailers looked like it would be fine. It looked like it was gonna be maybe a little too serious, maybe taking a little itself a little too much seriously, but whatever. But it looked like it could be fine. And you know what? This movie is silly as fuck, and it is kind of ridiculous in a lot of parts. But you know what? I had fun watching this. I kind of recommend it. This is definitely one of Brett Ratner's better movies. This is definitely a movie you can tell Brett Ratner directed this. I'll tell you that right now. But in in hindsight, this is probably one of his better movies. Even though it's not flawless at all, it definitely is not flawless. The Rock definitely carries this movie. He definitely can carry a movie easily, just with his charisma and his. He has the look. He has the charisma. He can pretty much do anything. And he's like right now the second highest paid actor. By the way, I've heard that the other day. I'm like, really? That's pretty awesome. To see a guy like who was a former wrestler that really nobody gave him a chance. Now he's the highest paid actor, one of the highest paid actors out there, which is awesome for him. Good for him. But he definitely is. He definitely is fit for a role like this. He doesn't have to really show his acting chops because really a role like this doesn't need you to or require you to, because this isn't really a three-dimensional character at all. Really, there isn't any three-dimensional characters in this film, but he is still really good in this role. He, I haven't seen anything I haven't seen anything he's done yet that has made me mad, or there hasn't been a role yet that I have disliked that he's done. I'm sure it'll be one eventually, but whatever. I also like Ian McShane in this. Ian McShane's in this as one of Hercules' fellow soldiers, who's like a seer, and he has some of the best parts of this movie, where because his storyline is that he's able to foresee his own death, and he's told by the gods that his death is going to be from a flaming spear. So throughout the movie, he comes close to like getting hit by a flaming spear, and for some reason, something stops that from happening, and it's kind of comical. It's if you see it in the film, it is pretty funny. At one point, The Rock actually pulls him away from a flaming spear that's coming towards him, and he's like, "What the hell, man? That was my that was what was supposed to happen to me. Come on, man!" Which was kind of funny. I liked Ian McShane. He's always a really good actor. Everything I've seen him in, he's always been good. What else? You got John Hurt, who's the king that seeks Hercules' help. John Hurt's a great actor, and he's great in this. I mean, he's one of those guys. Those are the three, in my opinion, that stood out acting-wise. Even though, again, none of these characters are three-dimensional, but I didn't expect less for this fucking movie. Like I said, you can tell this is a Brett Ratner movie. He doesn't have a fucking... Really, he rarely ever has a three-dimensional character in his films anyway, so what the hell do you expect? This movie, I did like the fact that they kind of play on the fact that maybe all the legends that are being told, have been told about Hercules, and that are being told of Hercules, that he can just kill lions with his bare hands and all this crazy bullshit. That he's the Zeus, son of Zeus. That a lot of those legends they keep hinting at throughout the whole movie that maybe those legends aren't entirely true. Even the one about him being the son of Zeus, which I kind of liked. They try to take a little bit of a realistic approach. Keyword a little. With his character, I'll give it that. Like, one of my favorite examples of this is, like, there's a scene during a battle that they're having with these, like, natives, I think. And one of the natives calls out Hercules to a battle, like, between the two of them. And the native just goes crazy and goes running towards Hercules while Hercules is just standing there. And obviously you know what's going to happen. Hercules just, with one punch, knocks his ass out. And kills him. And what I liked about that scene, though, was that you find out that he had, like, a tip of an arrow, like, in between his knuckles. And so when he punched the guy, the tip of the arrow goes right in his freaking skull. I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. Like, so, if this was any other Hercules movie, just one blow would have killed him. That was it from Hercules would have killed him. But no, it's actually the arrow that did. So that's kind of cool. I like that. There's a lot of examples of that in this film. Like, like they kind of, like, I liked the fact that, get this, supposedly Hercules, Chris Benoit, his family, that's a bad joke, I know, but he's being accused of murdering his wife and kids, which was kind of dark. Even though he reminisces that it was a three-headed dog that killed him. And, throughout the whole movie, he keeps seeing visions of this three-headed dog. And at the end of the movie, they revealed that it wasn't a three-headed dog. It was actually just three dogs. That was it. He just hallucinated for some reason, saw that it looked like a three-headed dog. Like, they also do that at one point also with, they're fighting this warlord who supposedly has centaurs in his army. And from a distance, they do look like centaurs, but then when they come close up, they're just men on horses. Which, this movie does take some realistic approaches, which I kind of liked, even with the Legends of Hercules. Like, kind of question. I like that they kind of question. They don't just flat out make him, like, indestructible. At some points, they somewhat make him or don't make him indestructible. I think I should say that before he. But anyways, also you can tell this movie was wasn't really hard to be a rated R film. This movie is violent for a PG-13 film. When his family, they show flashbacks of his family being murdered, there's blood. It's pretty fucking bloody. They don't hide from the blood. And this is not CGI blood. It's I'm pretty sure that was practical blood. And I like that. And there's parts where people are getting stabbed and there's blood and shit. And, like, bravo to that. I mean, it's like, you can tell this movie really wanted to be an R-rated film. I'm wondering if there is an R-rated version of this film. I'm almost certain there is. I bet you it'll come with like the DVD or something like that. I like that. It was pretty it was a pretty violent movie for PG-13. Even though it's not an R-rated, it's still pretty bloody. Um, I guess I should get into the negatives. While I say, I guess my biggest, while I say that this movie does try to take a more realistic approach, this movie is somewhat inconsistent on that. Because there are points where you believe, well, Hercules is not indestructible and that all these legends are untrue. And then there'll be parts where Hercules is pushing statues over with ease, with no problem. There's parts where he just, apparently when he was a kid, apparently when he was a kid, the snakes tried to kill him and he snapped their necks with ease. And then also there's parts where he just gets stabbed and it looks like or gets shot at with an arrow. It looks like it's just one fucking big inconvenience for him. He doesn't even act like it phases him, which is like, so is he a god or isn't he? What the fuck is he supposed to be? Is like, are these legends are true or they're not? Like, they're kind of inconsistent with that. It kind of did drive me nuts throughout this movie. There also are points in this movie where, like that one battle that you have in the movie, it's between him, Hercules and the army against like those natives, where they like the end of like how Hercules and his army win the battle. You kind of go, why didn't they do that in the fucking first place? There's a lot of moments like that in this movie. And that's a good example. Like, why didn't they just do that in the fucking first place? And then, but they had to draw out the battle, I guess, for the hour and a half length time. They had to draw out the movie a little bit longer, I guess. Speaking about drawing out the movie a little longer, an hour into this movie, the storyline the main storyline in this movie, which is Hercules defending the city against this warlord that keeps burning down their villages and stuff like that, is concluded in within an hour into this movie. No joke, it's concluded. And I'm sitting there like, I looked at my clock, I'm like, you still got a half hour left of this movie. How the fuck I said, what the hell are they going to do for a half hour? Last half hour they decide to throw a couple twists actually, that come out of fucking nowhere. Literally, they literally come out of nowhere. There's no context to, like, there's no hints at them whatsoever. They literally come out of nowhere. And some of them don't make no fucking sense. I don't want to get into, like what happens because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But, seriously, if you watch this movie, try to defend the twist for me. They don't really make much sense. And it would have helped if we had a little bit more of a more of a origin story of Hercules. We would have got more of that, maybe. Some of that, one of the twist would have made sense, but still, it feels like it fucking comes out of nowhere, and it feels like they're like, well, fuck. The movie, we still got a half hour left of this movie. What should we do? I know, let's throw a twist that makes no sense. That's what it felt like. It just felt like, oh fuck, we got a half hour to kill, so we gotta try to figure out something to conclude this film. And that's what it felt like they did. Whatever. I don't know why I'm expecting more from a Brett Ratner film, but whatever. It is like a twist that I just felt like came out of nowhere. But overall, honestly, I do recommend this movie. It is fun. It's silly. It's a popcorn flick. It's one of those, I guess, I hate using this phrase, but you should just turn your brain off at the door while you're watching it. It is one of those kind of films. You kind of get what you expect. If you've seen a Brett Ratner film, you know what you're getting into. It's like with Michael Bay. Um, I'm trying to decide who I hate more, Michael Bay or fucking Brett Ratner. I don't know. I don't. I'm trying to fuck. I can't think. Both are equally as bad in my opinion. Um, but yeah, yeah, go see it. It's not a bad flick. If you're a rock fan, you'll love it. Um, because I did. As far as trailers go, I got only 3 new trailers, which were one of them was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer. I've pretty much ranted about this movie for the past couple of months, and I don't think I have to say anything more. This trailer actually did look a little bit better, make the movie look a little bit better. I'm still not sold on this movie. I think it's still gonna suck. Sorry, I still do. I'm gonna go see it because I am a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, and I've been talking about this movie, ranting about this movie for the past couple of months now. I guess to the point I have to see it now. They got the new trailer for Into the Storm. I keep getting this commercials for this movie, and apparently I didn't know this until the commercials that apparently this is going to be a found footage movie, a found footage Twister movie. Yay. Because that's what really needed to happen. It's seriously like if Twister was a found footage movie, because it's a couple people tag along with storm chasers through happen or circumstance, because like there's like these freak tornadoes that are happening, like 4 or 5 tornadoes that are hitting at this one town all at the same time, which is really fucking weird. Whatever, it doesn't look that very good. Then I got I got Dracula Untold. It's one of those like the origin story of Dracula, which already like kind of tells the story of like how, what was it, Vladimir? I forget what the real guy his name was that is based off the Dracula story is based off of. I forget what his name was. Vlad. I forget, it was Vlad something. I can't remember. But like this version, he's wants to defeat an army, and the only way he does it is he becomes a vampire, which I don't think that was how the origin story of Dracula, from what I've seen in the other books, or read in the book, or seen in the movies, is, or whatever. Whatever. I don't care. It looks alright. It doesn't. I admit it doesn't look that bad, but I'm not giving 2 shits about that one. And I got the new trailer for Big Hero 6, which looks adorable. I'm not gonna lie, that does look adorable. I love that little robot, that giant fat robot, white robot. That thing is funny. That, like, now it talks. At the end of the trailer, he's like petting this cat. It's like, furry baby, furry baby. It was kind of funny how he kept saying that. I can't do it justice. It looked pretty cute. It looked cute. I might go check that out when it comes out in November or whenever it does. So that's the trailers I got. I'll be back next week with Guardians of the Galaxy and Get On Up, which both look really good. Especially Guardians of the Galaxy is getting unanimous reviews. And that's like a movie I've been looking forward to all summer, so there you go. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.